Alright guys, so we have some updates when it comes to the Baby Emmanuel case out of California. The first thing is that we did get confirmation that there was actually a business nearby that has clear view, camera view of the Big Five parking lot. And allegedly there is no suspicious activity of a vehicle following Rebecca into that parking lot or fleeing out of that parking lot around the time that is in question. Now, is it possible that someone could have taken the baby and ran away, maybe through the side of the Big Five parking lot to the back? Yes, but that wouldn't make sense that someone would just take a baby and run on foot. Usually when people are taken, they're taken and put into a vehicle. We're not seeing that here. Now this guy right here is Jake Haro's lawyer. He is not Rebecca's lawyer. He said he's made that very clear that he is Jake's lawyer only. And he is saying that Jake and Rebecca have been extremely cooperative with law enforcement and investigators. They've handed over their phones, their laptops, they've handed over their passwords, they've handed over their vehicles. This is obviously very different from what we've been hearing from officials, which is that Rebecca and Jake have been inconsistent and they have abruptly ended their communication with them. Maybe this is different now that Jake has lawyered up. He is aware of what to say versus what not to say, what to do versus what not to do. So they could be cooperative now, but they weren't a couple of days ago. This lawyer said that Jake and Rebecca have not been able to eat, they haven't been able to sleep, and they're doing everything that they can to try and find their son. But their hands are tied because they don't have a phone, they don't have a vehicle. So what they're doing right now is basically staying cooped up in the house because the public is not supporting them. Now, this is very different from what we typically see with missing persons cases, especially missing children's cases. We typically see the family coming to the media, asking for the public's help, encouraging the public to remain vigilant and stuff like that. And we're not seeing that from Jake and Rebecca. I get that they're under high scrutiny, but typically if you have nothing to hide, you continue to show up regardless of what people are saying, and we're not seeing this with them. I will say that it's very telling that Jake's lawyer is making it abundantly clear that he is only representing Jake. He's not representing Rebecca, because if you guys remember what I shared earlier, Jake actually turned on his ex when he was confronted about possibly abusing his child and there being proof of that on his child's body. He began saying that it was his wife that did it, she did this, she's responsible. He even went as far as to try and put a restraining order against the ex-wife for DV after he was caught. So is it possible that Jake is actually going to turn on Rebecca with his lawyer in the near future? I definitely think that it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities, and given that he's done this before, I think that he will definitely do it again. Now, Emmanuel's family has stated that they received a tip indicating that there was a possible sighting of Emmanuel in Bakersfield, California. Authorities seem to not be feeling like that's a credible sighting, and I think that's because they know that Emmanuel is no longer alive and that any possible sighting would not actually be a real sighting. I also think that it's very telling that this family received this tip and not officials, not law enforcement, not the investigative tip line. To me, it seems like maybe authorities are getting close to where Emmanuel is, to uncovering the truth, and maybe the family is trying to shift the focus onto a different area for the meantime, but I don't think it's gonna work, and we can see that with the fact that authorities is paying no mind to this alleged tip. Jake's lawyer also said that Jake and Rebecca have been crying a lot and that they're grieving amidst the public attacking them. And I just found it interesting that he said that they're grieving. Why would they be grieving if they believe that their son was abducted and could possibly still be alive? I'm continuing to look into this. I will continue to keep you guys updated, so make sure to follow. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments, and I will talk to you later.